highway nigga, south of the way.
I'm screaming, it's the highway. Nina got extensions every time I leave my driveway. Told her keep it mashing, 10 toes down, mix the hustle with the passion. The highway. Nina got extensions every time I leave my driveway. I'm still representing fair. Disrespect me, period. I'm aiming at your head.
I'm a highway nigga, south of the way. I been sending bitches. These hoes bleed the pavement. Where I'm from is real thug pimping. City full of gang members. We all live in felonies. My nigga Stunning just came home. Me in the 7 Series. License in the Porsche truck on rims looking hella beefy. Me and Ned and HP Tone all pushing 550s. MIP the devious. I know you still vibing with me. My nigga Mondo always have your back. They'll never see you slipping. Should be getting sticky. That's all money in my mama's kids. I'm trying to get rich and feel good to touch 40 bins. Bring my niggas in the pen. Lil Matt and J Benz. Kanye Major. BG just came home off 11 years. We grew up in the field with dope fiends. I'm from Deuce 4, the Westway era. I'm from the projects. Everybody know in Twin Lakes we caught twin K's. I'm finna let them blow. Free my nigga Nutty. One way, 1H, 1
Nina got extensions every time I leave my driveway. Told her keep it mashing, 10 toes down, mix the hustle with the passion. The highway. Nina got extensions every time I leave my driveway. I'm still representing fair. Disrespect me, period. I'm aiming at your head. Yeah.
Remember days pushing the blade, and that's on everything. I'm married to the gang. I keep that thing. Let that wedding ring. We push and blow. 174, making that cheddar chain. Stack the profit, double off extras. It's hot on 216. My niggas deep. Drake in the trap. Look like the Middle East. Police trying to kick the dope. My niggas ain't losing sleep. Foreign on my feet. Fetty Mac, save a space for me. My nigga Mick tick 2 to the face. We brought them niggas grief. Dope fiend era. Fentanyl got these niggas sleep. Beat the gang go 288. You know we had it sweet. Got Blaze, died before the AIDS. He ain't ETE. Hit the blender, added up and cut the ends. Gotta meet highway nigga, reputable nigga. I learned the game from G. Eat money, know it's good money. Meet at Redondo Beach, a couple pounds. Sit out of town, you know I gotta eat. Free my niggas from the way until my niggas hit the streets.
Nina got extensions every time I leave my driveway. Told her keep it mashing, 10 toes down, mix the hustle with the passion. The highway. Nina got extensions every time I leave my driveway. I'm still representing fair. Disrespect me, period. I'm aiming at your head.
Yeah. Highway Tone in this bitch from my bro Anthony Eugene. You feel me? Yeah, highway shit, nigga. We fed up, nigga. Yeah, from the Fed to Tukwila, man. Shout out to the real niggas out here. You feel me? From the dub on up. You know what I'm saying? All you other niggas, man. It's all love, but y'all know how we come in, nigga. Yeah, if niggas ain't with the movement, they getting ran over. You feel me? Period, point blank, nigga. It there, highway.
Good morning. It's your girl Bia
and your girl Key
with another episode of Champagne Mornings, where we give you a whole lot real early in the morning.
And you might need some champagne with it. Shit, I do today.
Today is one of those days. D-Days, the name of that song was Highway Anthem by Highway Tone. So make sure you guys check that out on his new Street Politics is the album that's on.
Who's the feature?
I don't know who the feature is.
Just no disrespect him, period. He's aiming for your head.
Facts. He said that. He meant that. Just letting y'all know. Y'all should know that. We're going to go ahead and start this show off with an episode or a segment that we do on every episode called It's Too Early for This. Key, what you got for us?
You know how like I dance about food and we argue about food?
Food? Yes.
Food's like, right?
Yes.
I have a whole happy dance. You guys have like a million videos of me doing my happy food dance?
Yes.
Well, this man choked his daughter out of a pizza.
Oh, no. That's not okay.
No, it's not. But depending on how hungry he was, listen. If you came home in that last, you had some leftovers and they were missing, I might choke you out too if I find out who ate it.
I was just going to ask, is there any time that you've literally been mad? You guys in the comments, make sure you guys interact with us too. When is the last time that you've actually been mad about some food? I will go first because I remember I did this 10-day Dr. Sebi fast, which means for the first 3 days, I can only have sea moss and water. And then the next 7 days.
Oh, you mean when you broke your body? Okay.
The next 7 days, I was only doing Dr. Sebi approved alkaline foods. Well, I had just bought a whole box of Snickers ice cream. Okay. Before I started the fast. Why I did that, I don't know. I called myself hiding a couple in the back for when it was over.
They got you?
They got me. I was so upset. Like, no, I need my food.
I think the thing, I'm different because what pisses me off so much in my house is that, like, I'm the only one that doesn't eat meat, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we make different meals. I might make you guys some with your food and everything. But I'm nice enough if I make me something without meat, I give you guys a meat option, you know?
Mm-hmm.
These fat motherfuckers eat up all my fucking food every fucking time I do that, and then just go make them some shit like a burger or some shit. Like, bitch, I can't eat that.
Like, yeah,
I should throw this shit in your face
and I can't
eat yours.
More.
Yeah, I'd be pissed.
Yeah,
like I boycotted cooking because you guys got me fucked up. I feel like that's disrespectful.
So you boycotted cooking?
For them. You want some dinner? I'll cook for you
tonight.
I got Yeah. As a matter of fact, I got shit to do with my life tonight. Let's go.
Hey, I'm gonna get off of work early and all of that. We're gonna make some food happen in my life.
Hell yeah, because I want some macaroni
Facts.
with some jalapenos.
So, anyways, as you see, it's only us today. We don't have
because people
any
got us
guests.
fucked up.
Both of our guests did not show up. I hate it. We're gonna get some of you guys on here. Jorday Gaynor. Is that Jorday? Is that how you pronounce that?
That looks like it.
Okay. We don't take music submissions directly on this show. You can send your music to streetplugdj@gmail.com though. And when you get it on, we'll start off by actually reviewing it on a Monday night show. Monday nights at 9 p.m. The name of the show is The Review, and that's where you need to go to get your music reviewed. So send MP3s only, no links.
Email is streetplugdj, no S, just DJ @gmail.com. And if I'm bored, I might tap into your music earlier.
Right.
But if you're going to send in your music, my fair warning is don't be sensitive about your shit. Like, I get into your shit and niggas be sensitive about their shit.
You heard Erykah Badu, you know they sensitive about their shit. This is the thing, though. We're only here to help. We have engineers, DJs. It doesn't matter how long you've been rapping, if you've been rapping for 3 days or 3 years or 30 years. We are only concerned about quality product. So if you're going to send in anything, make sure you send in some quality product.
2 Chainz didn't get good till recently, and he's been in the game like 30 years.
Let's see. It says, if I listen, Jordy, after you done tag me in the music, it better be fire. Right. Exactly. Ooh, Mama said you don't never cook for her. Tonight, Mama.
Yeah.
Mom don't even like leaving her house, though. Let's be honest.
Right.
She don't even like leaving her house. Brittany
it's okay,
Neighbors
Mom.
is on
We'll make
here.
sure you get the
Hey, we need to get you on here. We haven't had a female
Facts.
rapper on here yet. So make sure you tap in with us if you...
And she'd be a mess with her Megan would never. Oh, my God. My timeline and her. I'd be in tears.
Facts. So we're going to start this morning off with a segment that we haven't did in a very long time. Fuck the police.
Fuck them.
People always get mad when we do this segment.
Baby Big Mac. They be tapped in still.
I
Run my
don't
numbers
care.
up.
I want to tell you guys why I personally say fuck the police. And it's not because, you know, they continuously keep killing.
It's not
People
because
that I
they
don't know.
continuously keep getting off.
Continuously keep getting off. Last week, there were two cop killings, one in Tacoma and one in Seattle. I shared the one about the one in Seattle where a spectator actually was driving by. They took the picture of where
And
the
posted it
closet
before
body
anybody
was.
could.
But basically, and then Facebook deleted it. But dude got pulled over, and then he was trying to get away, and they shot him. That was in Seattle.
Running after beating him. That's the one he got beat, right? He got tased. They pulled him
Well,
out the car.
that's the Tacoma one. I was gonna say, same exact night, the police in Tacoma killed somebody. Now, and I heard she said Megan would never. Period. I already know, Brittany. We're gonna have to get you on here for sure. We in Tacoma,
Right.
they pulled him over for a traffic stop. They ended up tasing him and some more stuff. They let him up, and then he started running after being assaulted. So he should be running and scared for his life. They shot him in the back and killed him. I did see some things on here about his personal life, accusations. About things that
I
he
tapped
did.
on that, but like I still don't think that deserves. Like, if what the rumors I seen are true, yes, he deserves death. I he does deserve death.
But did they know that?
But they didn't know that. Exactly. That's my problem. Is they didn't know that we think he deserves death. They just seen this black man that was visiting his homeless mom because that was his story.
And I don't know any truth to the accusation.
That's why I said if it's true.
The accusation says that he was actually a child molester and pedophile. If he was, that's not something I stand for at the end of the day.
I believe
but if the police didn't even know that and they're pulling him over for a traffic stop and you guys end up killing him, like that is a problem. That is a major problem.
Just like they tried to use the gun thing, but they literally didn't find the gun until he was dead. He was running away.
And that happens all the time too. They're like, oh, well, he had a weapon or something like this. But you didn't even know he had a weapon that whole time. That is,
you know what's sad though, is because he had that weapon and because he was visiting his homeless mom and because he has a record, them niggas is getting off without even a big trial. Them niggas is getting, all right, go back to work. They ain't even get put on desk duty for 30 days. Nigga. They right back in the field.
So can I tell you guys about how the police pulled their gun out on me?
That happened.
I don't think
whole baby in the car.
Champagne Mornings, did we?
That happened.
Vegas PD, some suckers. They pulled me over, messed with me 2 times while I was in Vegas last month. 2 times. The time when they pulled their gun out on me, because I'll start with that because I know that's pretty much what you guys would probably.
Didn't they have their gun on you basically both times?
Well, they were holding, like they had their holster unstrapped, hand on the gun the first time, but they never actually pulled the gun. The second time, we were at the Planet Hollywood. We were going to go meet my sisters. It was just me and my brother in the car. My sisters was in a different car, so they were already down on the strip. So anyways, we're going to go meet up with them. We're trying to find parking in the garage. We decide that we're going to get out because we've seen some police start coming in. We're like, okay, we're going to go park somewhere else. We leave to start parking. We pull around to the front, and as soon as we come around the corner, there's 2 cars stopped. The police is blocking the entry for anybody coming in. And then as I'm standing there, the first car goes. They don't stop the second car at all. The officer looks dead in the front windshield. Front windshield's not tinted. The sides are tinted, but the front is not tinted at all. Looks dead in the front. The sides is definitely tinted. And honestly, if they only came up from the sides, I could see them at least having some type of alarm. But he looked dead at us and seen us, and then immediately was like, roll down all your windows, pulls out his fucking gun and his flashlight. You know how they do. And like immediately. So he starts yelling for us to roll down all the windows and stuff. All the other officers, because there's officers everywhere. Like I said, they had just swarmed the where we were at anyway, the parking garage. He automatically puts all of these other officers on alert now. Now everybody is high key worried. Everybody's in a panic because this dude just started yelling. They're yelling at us, roll down all your windows. My brother immediately puts his hands up. I'm trying to yell out the sunroof and let them know, like, the driver's side window don't even come down. Like, give me a second. The police come over and snatch the door open, which I'm not very familiar with Nevada laws, but I know in Washington State, they're not even supposed to snatch your door open. Right?
I don't think they're supposed to do that.
Snatch the door open. All of them have their hands on their guns, on the holster. The only thing that really saved us is that there was a baby sleep in the backseat. Because as soon as they came in and started actually like intruding on us, they seen the baby and they kind of calmed down. I'm like, yo, all we're doing is meeting my sisters inside the hotel. Like, that's all we're trying to do. I'm here, I'm on vacation. Oh, well, you guys just raised up some red flags. What red flags is that? A
car with tints with black people?
With black people playing rap music? Is that what was going on?
Mm-hmm. And y'all could probably played into the rap
music. The police. No, we weren't, because there was too many cops around. You know how nervous niggas get when cops are around?
Yeah, that's true. If you spotted the cops first, you calmed all the way the fuck down.
You just sit there. Let's
like keep out the side of your eye. You don't even turn and look at the motherfuckers. You hit them with your peripheral.
Right. Exactly. So that's why it's.
I had a whole conversation with a friend before because I was like, "Fuck, it's a cop. I'm having a bad day. Like, I hope this cop don't be off no fuck shit." You know, cop wasn't really like, he had flipped the UE and pulled behind me, but he wasn't like pulling me yet.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Well, you're not doing nothing. He can't pull you over."
In what world?
I said, "But you're black."
Like, you should know.
I was already annoyed as shit. Like, I low-key, high key thing. Like, but you're black. You sound fucking stupid. Like, what the fuck? You just said that. They can literally, like, we just watched this nigga going out. It was back when I lived next to Tacoma. So, you know, how my road was kind of private, but not really.
Yeah.
He was pulling out and flipped the U-turn right there on fucking Tacoma Mall Boulevard. Nigga, that's not an easy U-turn to complete.
No,
Like, you got me? He
like,
can't
he
fuck
went
with
real
you.
extra to
Yeah,
make that
like-
pullover happen.
Like, he ended up, like, not pulling me, though. I don't know why. Maybe he just was like, oh, it's two bitches. Because a lot of times if it's two bitches, they'll leave it alone. Sometimes. You know? Sometimes.
Yeah.
I've also had a cop that tried to get me where the other cop got him. Like, that cop, the second cop, saved my fucking life, and I have no doubt about it.
That bullshit.
Bullshit.
Sorry, bullshit. D-Dash. Yeah.
But the other cop, I called you because first off, they pulled me over. I had no L, so I'm calling people like, somebody gotta come get this car.
Mm-hmm.
And then one cop flashes me, pulls me over, but another cop pulls over, pissed with him, and is like, she almost hit me, blah blah blah. When you pulled her, she didn't look, she almost hit me, and was trying to come up to my other window. So the one cop stopped him and was like, no, leave her the fuck alone. Like, nigga, I didn't see you. You had no lights on. It was after a review one night. So it had to be, midnight?
Mm-hmm.
Back when we were doing them here still. So we didn't leave here until hella after.
Right.
Yeah. He was like, if you don't, dudes like coming up angry, you're just going to let her off. He was like, yeah. I didn't end up getting a ticket either. So shout out to that other Mr. Cop man, because that nigga saved my life and probably didn't give me a ticket.
What's good? Thank you guys all for coming on here, interacting with each other. Actually, we love it. Network.
That's what we're about. We're about building everyone around us.
Absolutely. If you guys have watched our show before, you know how this works. We have music breaks, and then we get into some of the topics that you guys have already weighed in online.
I think it's time for a music break after
all the crazy things. Yeah, we have to. We definitely have to.
Do we have a Fuck the Police song?
No, I wish I had.
Okay, then can you play Hard Struggles?
No, maybe on our second one, because I don't have that one queued. The one that I have queued right now is Cash Out by Erica Banks. Erica Banks is an up-and-coming artist out of Dallas, Texas. She's actually doing it right now.
She is, but she's not Hard Struggles with Highway Tone. That's my song.
Struggle. Then maybe you should cue the song. Get me the MP3, but you don't have.
You don't know my life.
I know I got that shit. Cash Out MP3 form right here on my phone by Erica.
Go ahead and drop that shit, because she lit too. I can't hate on her. She lit.
Go ahead and play this. We'll be back into the show in just a moment.
Bank roll, got it.
Goddamn, look at that ass. Rich nigga ballin', ayy, show me that cash. Let me bust it, he gon' throw a bag. Turn around and tell that nigga, give me money fast. Out, cash, out, cash, out, cash. Give me money fast. Out, cash, out, cash, out, cash. Give me out fast. Ayy, cash out. Fuck it, real cuz put it in his mouth and hell nah. We ain't fucking little bitch, you a trick. You is not my nigga. I ain't tryna fuck with you if you ain't got no figures. Is you dumb? Fuck you talking about? Make that nigga walk it out. Do it in his face, up in his place. I got him stalking now. He think I'm in love, it's the drugs, I ain't having it. Unless I wanna fuck, you know it's up and I'ma damage that. Ay, goddamn, look at that ass. Rich nigga ballin', ayy, show me that cash. Let me bust it, he gon' throw a bag. Turn around and tell that nigga, give me money fast. Out, cash, out, cash, out, cash. Give me money fast. Out, cash, out, cash, out, cash. Give me out fast. Ayy, part 2, nigga, yeah, I want you, nigga. Eat it how I like it. I know you know what to do, nigga. Ayy, don't touch it. You know that's a privilege. He like, can I pull it out? Cause I just wanna feel it. Fuck now, get back, nigga. I just want your wax, nigga. Now he wanna feature. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I text, nigga. Dummy, where your dollars at? Where your fucking commas at? You ain't got no job and tryna fuck like where your mama at, nigga. Goddamn, look at that ass. Rich nigga ballin', ayy, show me that cash. Let me bust it, he gon' throw a bag. Turn around and tell that nigga, give me money fast. Out, cash, out, cash, out, cash. Give me money fast. Out, cash, out, cash, out, cash. Give me out fast.
right, again, that was Erica Banks. She's out of Dallas. Make sure that you guys tap with her. She's dope. She really is dope.
She
She's
is
on her
dope.
way up.
And she has
Top
great
off ENT.
performance.
Yeah, we are actually first time ever knowing her, seeing her was off of her performance.
And it made me go search her.
Yeah, and the crazy part about it is we was in Dallas at a place called Prime, and on the main stage it was all female performers, and it was packed in there.
It was packed to a point where you couldn't move.
Yeah.
I got put in the corner. Definitely got boxed in on the little mini stage. And they were going crazy for them. They knew the words to their songs, like the support in there for it to be straight females, for it to be performances. Like out here, if a performance goes on and it's like in the middle of a club, the floor dies out. People go get drinks or something. No, them niggas was in there lit.
Yeah, they were in there
Lit.
lit. The support was amazing. It was.
I was like, oh, that's how a
refreshing.
shit should go.
That it was refreshing. Yeah, like I loved it. Everybody else who's still on here, LeBron. First off, we know you ain't got no music, my guy.
We died.
Why
If you were
you
wondering
already
why
know?
we started dying, it's because that nigga.
Seriously, that was hilarious. And any artist on here, again, send your music to streetplugdj@gmail.com and MP3s only. Tell us a little bit about who you are. Make sure you get your artist name, where you're from, anything recent that you got coming up so that we can give you all your proper dues and shout outs. We're going to go into a couple of our topics. So if you guys don't normally tune into the show, how this works is we throw crazy topics online all the time, and we get all of the fans to weigh in, tell us what you think about it, debate with us, argue with us, all of that. It goes crazy. And Shirlisia is not the most politically correct person
You're not politically correct at all, Andrew Dick. So
ever. Okay? Listen, don't judge my life. I feel like that was real judgy in your voice.
no, there was no judgment. It's just me knowing you.
Anyways.
That's why we do the show together.
That's disrespectful. Anyways, so just yesterday, was it yesterday or was it the day before yesterday?
It was yesterday. You set my Instagram on fire yesterday. Hey, I got an argument on yours. We'll talk about that too.
So what
Hey.
happened on mine is I posted
Everything
about, so
happened on
everybody on, so somebody on
Every
mine,
argument on yesterday was on your shit. We're not gonna brush past that. Your followers were going crazy, and I was just trying to talk to my sister.
well,
There's nothing.
I love my followers, okay?
I love that
my
they go crazy.
conversations and everything.
Hi, Nye.
So we are good. Hey, what's up, Nye? So yes, what happened was one of my issues that I had yesterday
One of them.
is I posted this post. It was from Two Small Hands Boutique off of my Instagram. Somebody I follow on my Instagram. And what it was is Jason Simmel, aka Betty Potter on Instagram, took this lady's daughter out for a day date. The day date was all day long while her parents were at work. She was only 14. The dude
He
was
was
26.
13.
She was 14.
I thought you posted 13.
No, it says that she was 14 years old and he was 26. So
Doesn't
he
make
took
it
her
any
out
better.
all day on a date. And it makes a little bit of a difference though, because that's the difference between middle school and high school.
I was in high school at 13.
That's
was
the difference
definitely-
between middle school and high school. Your birthday's in December and you started early. You should have been the year behind because you were after the September mark. Technically.
Very true.
Same for me.
That's very
Same
true.
for me. I graduated high school at 17 like you did for the
True.
same reason. But anyways, so what I had put on there though, my caption for it was this dude has 237,000 followers and he chooses the fast ass little girl. He shouldn't have did it. He's a pedophile. He's 26 years old. You have no reason talking and taking dates on with a 14-year-old. However, I got a lot of smoke on this post because everybody felt like I shouldn't have called her a fast ass little girl.
Yeah, that annoys the shit out of me. What's crazy is,
And what do you guys think? Why you guys are in here on the comments? Is
she wrong that she's
is
a
it
fast
wrong?
ass
I know
little
I'm a
girl?
little bit politically incorrect, but I mean, is she not a little fast ass
I don't
girl?
feel like that
she's
should be
14 years
politically
old?
incorrect. Like, we have to acknowledge that I know people that were fucking at like 13, 14. Other 13 and 14-year-olds, sometimes older.
Mhm.
These, at 13 and 14, you know what the fuck you're doing. It's
Mhm.
not like he snatched her up and kidnapped her. She interacted that. She had the conversation. She was adult wasn't a fucking adult enough to know how old this man was. How it typically goes is that little 14-year-old girl probably thought she was hella lit because she just pulled this 26-year-old nigga.
Which they do in high school, and we talked about that.
We've had that whole conversation about the military niggas and the young bitches.
Because all the military dudes usually be talking, and we're in Washington State, if you guys don't know.
There's like,
we're in Western Washington. There's at
hella-
least 4 bases within the strip between Seattle and Tacoma.
facts.
Okay, and there's a lot of militaries, and a lot of militaries do be talking to a lot of girls who are in the high schools. It's true.
And they be fast. That's not saying that these men aren't pedophiles. Because like you said, we said before, and you've said multiple times, a little ass girl can't pull a grown ass nigga if that grown ass nigga don't like little ass girls. You're never going to be grown enough
Literally
to
said
pull
that. You're never,
that nigga.
if you're grown and you're into little girls, if you're not into little girls, it don't matter how fast she is. It doesn't matter how many times that she tries to come up in your inbox. You won't swerve. Little girls stay in your place.
You might literally
gonna
say
go.
those exact words. Little girls stay in your place.
Right. So my thing was this. When I was 14, I knew very good and well that I wasn't supposed to be talking to nobody who was 26 years old.
Facts.
So the fact that she went on this date, kept it from her parents, she was being a little fast ass.
She
Did you
knew-
guys not get called fast ass? Look, Naisha said that she feels I was right on with my comments, that she did read the whole thing. Appreciate that. Giselle says if she was trying to act like a grown woman, then she acted like a
Fast
ass
ass little girl.
Period. That's
Facts.
exactly how I felt about it too.
Hey, I gotta call fast ass little girl sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you're gonna get. That's the thing. Like, there were not no adult when I was 14 years old. There's not one adult around me that'll let that shit slide.
No, they're addressing the adult too. Like the adults in our life address that shit. Thank God, because some women don't have that in their life. They just have niggas that they have family members that push that to the side. The adults in our family aren't going out about us, especially not our moms. They're not going for it. But if we were the one also entertaining that conversation, we can't just as cussed out because you knew what the fuck you were doing. By 13, 14, you knew right from wrong.
Right. It's definitely different levels. For the girl, it's more of a learning moment.
Right.
Hopefully she actually takes heed to it and protects
She's
herself.
probably just going to be grounded for a little bit. You know?
But I can see her. She thinks that she's older than she is. She thinks that she can handle it. But when you're at that age, you don't understand the mental difference in maturity between somebody who's 26 years old. They think that they're fine. No, I'm was grown very well.
I'm mature for my age. That's a good one.
Things like that.
That's what they always say.
Because girls typically mature faster than boys, so they're early on, they're going to be into older dudes. We understand all of that. Hopefully that was a learning moment for her. And hopefully he's reprimanded for this. I don't know if they can book. Can they book him though for taking her on a date?
Did any kisses or anything?
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say if there was no sexual contact on the date, or neither one of them admits.
Well, no, not technically, because
and it's not a kidnapping because she was willingly and he was
right. But do you remember that show Dateline where they used to set up and there was technically nothing ever done between the little girl and the dude, but since they showed up, it was the intent.
Right.
So if they can show intent with those messages, then he's booked and he deserves it. Because I'm not okay with any. That's how females end up with fucked up mindsets and letting dudes manipulate them. Like we know females that are still being manipulated, and shit like that will cause it because you were molded. I've literally heard niggas say like, "Get them young and you can mold them," or "I need to mold my chick." Like that shit dudes think of, and you can literally mold a chick at that age.
Yeah, you can mold them to be exactly. That's why I don't agree with. Once you hit about the age of, once you get into your 20s, that gap closes. Before your 20s, like you don't know what you're getting yourself into, baby girl. Just
luckily, I waited
I
until
know
my
you don't want to
20s
hear
to be
this,
into
but
older
listen
dudes.
to your parents because they really do have your best interests at heart.
I feel like it's easier when, luckily, like I had hella older sisters, so even if I didn't want to talk to you about it, I had auntie and everybody that'd be like, bitch. But I didn't get into older dudes until I was like,
yep. Charlie Brown, I was 15 and dated a 26-year-old.
You were raped.
You were also raped, yes.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Taisha, she said that she was 16 and she was talking to somebody that was 22. That's that military stuff.
Yep. I had the one that lied.
Age group that's
military. Yeah, the 16, 22,
23 to the 16, 17, 15-year-olds in high school. We see that a lot out here.
I was 16. Okay, let me stop lying. I was 16 dating, talking to a 20-year-old. But I was running that nigga for his pockets and rides. I got hella rides to work at school. It was very convenient for my life.
Right. And
But at 15 was when I had the dude who lied about his age.
Mm-hmm.
When he lied and told me he was 18 and the nigga was like 20 something. I will
had
never
friends who
forget
were
that.
like 21, 22 when I was in high school.
I had friends at that age too.
But I never actually fucked with them.
I didn't push that line.
Charlie
until
Brown's
junior.
comment on here actually brings us to a good conversation because we always talk about when the man is a lot older than the woman and how it's normalized for the woman to be a lot older than the men when they're having like their first. So in most
We've discussed
cases,
that shit's gross.
yeah, in most cases, men or boys, because at that point they're boys,
and they literally be
lost
boys
their
like
virginity
9, 10.
to girls who were a lot older than them.
Or grown ass women.
Yeah.
It'd be girls like 15, 16 between grown ass women. When I hear grown ass women, they're saying like friend's mom, so and so, like
so and so's older sister.
Yeah, like
some girl that they just happened to meet, and
or like babysitters.
you
Babysitters
guys
fucking
have to-
surprise me, but babysitters like
you guys really have to make sure that you protect your boys just as much as you protect your girls.
facts.
You really should. And I know, the sex and gender right and all of that. People see it different. People may always see it different, but
I
at the end of
don't.
the day,
I'll kill you about my nephews.
it's really
and I'll
the
kill you
same.
about my
It's
nieces.
really the same thing.
They're
It
both
honestly
little
is.
kids that are still molding that you guys are fucking hurting. Like that shit affects them so
Yeah.
much. Please don't think just because it's your son you can leave him with anybody. I know that it's a lot of the girls we see in the news, but please don't think just because it's your son you can leave him with fucking anybody.
Yeah, facts. So thank you guys for tapping into that. And we're gonna go into another topic as well. But let's see, do we have any new comments on here right
No,
now?
he just called him a fat little slow guy, which I think he meant fast.
fast, slow guy.
Mom's homegirls. Yep, that
Yep.
one. That one's
Yeah.
crazy to me. Because those be niggas you got like in the black community, your mom's homegirls, your auntie.
Yeah. So one thing that was kind of a win that just happened yesterday, I seen the article for, is in California, they actually just banned private prisons, including ICE detention facilities. That is a major win.
That's a major one on so many levels too.
yeah.
Because private prisons are one of the main reasons for mass incarceration right now. Like they literally get fines and shit when they don't have that prison full to a specific amount.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. But also on the other end, banning ICE period anywhere. That means they're safe there because they're not going to pay to move them.
So the Mesa Verde facility cost taxpayers $120 per detainee per day for the first 320 people detained there, according to the advocacy group. So basically, if you guys don't know, the difference between the private and public prisons is there was an influx of people who decided to start building prisons facilities and requiring states to be able to use this facility that they have to keep it occupied at whatever percentage, like 60% filled for so many years while they are incarcerated inside of this private prison. It was a for-profit prison.
And while in there, that's a lot of the prisons that are making the prisoners work and shit and then get paid like 10 cents an hour.
Yeah. And in California specifically, they were actually sending prisoners to fight fires.
Were they?
Yes. The prisoners were being...
And probably weren't certified for firefighting after they got out either, huh?
No, they were being forced to go fight the fire, so they were risking their lives, which they're already locked up for. And additionally, with the whole issue with private prisons, the reason why it's a big problem is because it just caused, since they had that quota that they had to meet, people are getting sentences longer than what they should get for no reason.
Right, because they have to have it that filled for that long. Like your sentence might literally be 10 years because that's what their contract needs you in there for.
Yeah.
That shit, that's real.
Real sad.
It's out of pocket. I don't even see how that was allowed. Like when that influx came, I was so fucking confused how that was legal, how that was allowed, how it was okay. But I love that Cali's taking it away. I hope more states follow suit because you guys don't believe it. But if that if that lowers, it won't be, your sentence probably will be less harsh because they won't have as many prisons. That was the problem before. They didn't have as many prisons. That's why for non-violent crimes, you could do less time and probably get away with probation and shit.
There was another case, which I'll pull up right now, which is really crazy. But this man was sentenced to like 36 years in prison, and all he did was steal $50 from a bakery.
And that he went to a private prison, I bet you.
And the reason why he ended up getting, so what happened was he previously had been in a situation where he was, when he was younger, he like was with some people who did a robbery, and for whatever reason they had counted it as like 2 different charges against him. So therefore when he robbed the place, the bakery, and I think he was even working at the bakery, he stole $50.75 from the bakery, and this was in Alabama, and but it was considered his third strike because he had the 2 previous charges.
So wait, the 2 previous charges was off of what? It was off of one incident?
One incident, yep.
And then what 2 charges did they hit him with?
Then they just hit him with the robbery as the third one.
No, I'm talking about on the first incident. Like, does it describe what that is that he caught 2 charges behind?
They did. Let me see.
And doesn't it have to be over like a certain amount before it's considered a felony to hit that third strike?
They gave him, I think he was a 4th offender, but when he was 18 years old, he pleaded to 3 counts of second-degree burglary in connection with a break-in at an unoccupied service station. For those 3 charges, all of which were tied to one incident, he was sentenced to 3 years probation. So for his first issue, he got 3 years probation, but they counted 3 charges against him.
3 felony charges?
So when he stole the $50,
it was just another incident.
So it was one other incident, but with that one other incident, he then spent his next 36 years in prison. And they're trying to get that like basically flip backwards because
there's no way. Because first off, isn't there like a limit before it's even you can go through all that?
No, well, laws recently changed so that they're not as strict, especially for nonviolent things. But what happened is those laws hadn't changed yet back when he was the offender.
Okay.
Yeah. So, ugly.
We need a music break after all of this.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna go into a music break, and then we're actually gonna end up going ahead and closing out the
show
episode. So appreciate you guys tapping into Champagne Mornings as always. What do we want to play?
Play Rollies. I like Rollies song.
Actually, we're gonna play. Sorry, too late.
I'm fucking over. No, give me your fucking phone. I'm gonna break your nail.
We're gonna play "Mind Your Business."
I'm about to break your nail
by Mikey McFly. I'm
not cooking for you tonight.
It's already on here.
I'm not cooking for you tonight.
I shouldn't even ask you. I never asked you. I don't even know why I asked you. So just ignore
That's disrespectful. You wouldn't ask me twice, and I still haven't got my song. So fuck you very much.
Mind your business.
Fuck you very much. Fuck you very much. My nails are so popping.
I don't care who you is, why do you keep questioning? Who the fuck I fucking with? Am I with my fucking friend? I did not sign up for this. All of that annoying shit. Never using those big. I'ma need you to mind your business. Never mind your business. I'ma need you to mind your business. Get on my last nerves. What are y'all after? No, on a sway. So I don't got the answers. But I'm news every day. To the fucking broadcasters. Always got you to say. Why do they always want to talk to people about me? Damn it, I swear that you niggas is nosy. I know that my life is also amazing. To you and all of your friends, but real nigga haters and sins, so please can you get on my dick? I don't care who you is, why do you keep fucking me? Who the fuck I fucking with? Am I with my fucking friend? I did not sign up for this. All of that annoying shit, baby, you to know you big. I'ma need you to mind your business. My jaws, baby, mind your business. My jaws, I'ma need you to mind your business. My jaws, stay out of mind. Baby, mind your business. My jaws, stay out of mind. Y'all do not know me. We are not homies. Your life must be boring. You must be lonely. Cause I'm all you're thinking about. Get some money to get you some clout. But please keep my name out your mouth. Back at your life is so broken. That's your what's pushing and open. If you could somehow throw salt on my name, that'd make your shit look golden. What is you lame niggas smoking? Your life will always be shit. My life will always be lit. So please can you get on my dick? I don't care who you is. Why do you keep fucking me? Who the fuck I fucking with? Am I with my fucking friend? I did not sign up for this. All of that annoying shit. Baby, you to know you big. I'ma need you to mind your business. My jaws, stay out of mind. Baby, mind your business. My jaws, stay out of mind. I'ma need you to mind your business. My jaws, stay out of mind. Baby, mind your business. My jaws, stay out of mind.
All right, again, that was Mind Your Business. Mind your motherfucking
I've been telling you that a lot lately.
business. I like minding other people's business. It's pretty fun sometimes.
Yeah, it's hella fucking annoying though.
So,
I've just gotten into the habit of just
says
hanging
the
up on
person
shit
who
with
be
shit.
listening to all the tea go. I'd be like, let me tell you what
I'd be like,
found
oh
out.
girl, really?
Let me tell you what I found out. I ain't gonna talk about it on the show.
It's okay. I
Sometimes-
dead ass be calling you like, look, I'm not around anybody right now, so you're gonna listen now. But I'm busy. No, nigga, you're gonna listen now because ain't nobody around. Let's go.
Facts. Appreciate you guys continuing to send your music. Again, when we review music on Monday night, the name of the show is called The Review. And make sure you guys put in work. I want you guys to start tagging Street Plug DJs and things. Hashtag Table Talk Tuesday, because every quarter when we start hashtag Table Talk Tuesday. Oh my God, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry. Make sure you guys tap in with us. When you tap in with us, we're going to try to keep up with your work, what you're doing, because we do compile a list of the top artists for every quarter.
And they're getting dropped in the
We
club
want to
right
know
now.
about your hustle, your music product, your star power.
You're missing one.
Music, hustle, star power,
Influence.
and your influence.
I could not think of that word.
Yeah, at all. And then make sure everybody on here, of course, follow our personal Instagrams. Mine's at Bia_King.
And mine's at Pretty Simple Key. Pretty simple, right?
Yes, we always end every episode with a Black business. So we're going to shout out ourselves today. If you guys see my shirt,
And mine.
this says loveendless.com. Make sure you guys tap on loveendless.com. Starting next week, we are doing a site-wide clearance. We are doing some moves. We're making some moves. And with the moves that we're making, we are going to be literally liquidating everything. I'm talking about jeans, shirts, rompers,
Jackets.
leggings, athletic leggings, and none of this stuff is cheap wear. It's going to be cheap for you because you guys are about to buy it on clearance, but guaranteed quality products. Everything is going to be sold for $10 or less on the site. So make sure you guys go on. Again, it's loveendless.com.
With that, all of Queen's Crown Cosmetics will be being sold because it's getting a total revamp. Queen's Crown Cosmetics is going to be different. If you guys don't know what Queen's Crown Cosmetics is, that is my cosmetics line. A lot of the makeup she wears, a lot of makeup I wear, a lot of the colors you guys actually like that be on our lips, the blues, the browns, the reds and shit. Yeah, I make that shit because I'm fucking dope. So it's all going to be on sale. All the liquid lipsticks, all the eyeshadows, and then it's going to disappear, and then it's going to come back.
Yep. So we're liquidating the site. Do not forget loveendless.com. Make sure you guys tap in next week to get all your stuff on sales. I don't know how I can tell you.
The sales are going to be crazy, and I'm getting first dibs on clothes. So hope you're not at my size.
Yeah, I'll keep the inventory updated as best as I can, but it is first come, first serve. So
And I know how to go.
I can't
use
hold
my
anything. But if you
key,
make an
go
order
in the
through
room.
the site, you're gonna have it within the same week as well, because these are all things that I do have in stock. And then of course you can still come to me for any custom wear. Like I said, I made this shirt. I made that shirt.
She made the jacket she's wearing. She made
Pretty much
anytime it says
everything.
Street Plug, Champagne Mornings, Love Endless, Queen's Crown. She made that shit.
Facts.
Speaking of which, it's the only place to get your exclusive Street Plug wear.
If you
And
want it to
Street
be
Plug
official.
Junkies is coming soon.
Facts. So thank you guys again for tapping into another episode of Champagne Mornings. We appreciate you guys.
Good morning.
Bye. And Flo just walked in the building.
Right on time.
Right on time.
I feel like